As you are aware, the ICC proposes to introduce an experimental change in the law relating to white balls in ODI and T20 cricket. The change is mainly concerning the calling of white ball on the batter's leg side. Some people have found this confusing. This slideshow is my effort to explain the same. Do watch this and let me have your feedback. Did you find this helpful? Thank you. ICC playing conditions and the almanac. Now, as you might be aware, the ICC issues a new set of playing conditions or PCs for the various formats of the game. While the PCs incorporate the NCC laws, the ICC introduces a few variations of the laws for ICC games. The NCC laws do not have any laws for limited overs matches, including the stricter white ball rules. All of these can be found in the PCs. Now, the ICC also issues a document called the almanac to all its umpires. The almanac contains certain guidelines to its umpires on the application of many of the playing conditions. I am sure you are aware that in the MCC laws that govern multi-day cricket, judging a wide has nothing to do with any of the lines or creases drawn on the ground, but with the reach of the individual batter. In limited overs cricket, however, judging a wide has to do with some extra lines that are drawn on the ground to help the umpire and with, as has been added in recent times, the reach of the batter. A line is drawn 17 inches from each return crease to help the umpire decide offside white balls. The corridor in which a bowler bowls is narrowed down for limited overs cricket, but the ball is always really within the batter's reach as we understand it in multi-day cricket. Let us go and look at these guidelines for Law 22 white ball. Guidelines contained in the almanac for Law Guidelines contained in the almanac for Law 22 white ball. The ICC have decided that the playing conditions will not adopt the white ball definition as contained in the laws of cricket, as it is the MCC laws apply only to multi-day cricket and those uh, do not carry the narrower white ball regulations which the ICC wants. These guidelines are divided, as you can see, in two parts, which is A, leg side, and B, offside. Our discussion is limited to only leg side wide ball calling. And I quote here, all deliveries directed and bowled down the leg side behind the body of the striker standing in their normal batting stance will be interpreted as a form of negative bowling and should be called wide. This is the general rule. The only two exceptions to this directive are as follows, 1 and 2, but again we confine our discussion only to the exception number 1. It is not a wide when the batter moves across to the off stump from their original stance and the ball just misses the leg stump. Had the batter not moved towards the off stump but remained in their normal batting uh, stance, the ball would have struck them, thereby negating any wide call. Now, as mentioned, the guidelines are given for both offside wides and leg side wides. but we will confine our discussion to the leg side wides and the exception 1 to the general rule, which is marked in red. A small note before we see how the guidelines are being applied. Now, these guidelines are being followed by umpires in all ICC matches. Unfortunately, the ICC does not incorporate these in the playing conditions, which is a public document and which is available to players, commentators, the general public, and in fact to everybody. The almanac, however, is a privately circulated document available in the main to ICC umpires and I'm sure the match referee. For this reason, when an umpire applies the guidelines, the players and commentators and others who follow the game are all at sea. Why was this not given a wide, they ask. The most glaring example of this in the recent past has been a ball faced by Virat Kohli that was not called a wide. As you can see from the picture below, only the umpire knew why. Let us also look at the video.
ओ नहीं वाइड दिया भी नहीं केटलबरो भी सही सोच केटलबरो कह रहे
This delivery was not given a wide because had Virat Kohli not moved his legs, the ball would have hit his legs and the wide would have been denied. An umpire friend forwarded to me the same video in which he has superimposed a red guideline indicating till what time Virat Kohli's leg was when he took guard. Let us also look at that video.
back leg, and we have drawn a line on the position of the back leg. You can see now the ball goes. It is still inside the line, means the ball could have hit Virat Kohli's back leg.
With the red guideline in place, we can see clearly that had Virat Kohli not moved his legs, the ball would have hit his legs and the wide would have been denied. Now let us look at another video which involves R. Ashwin.
He's in another planet. Let me come back to Earth.
It's a wide, Nawaz. What have you done, Nawaz? And the scores are level.
The moment he bowled a wide, I knew I won the contest. And I think
In this case, the ball is that little bit wider and therefore it has been called a wide. Now, with no marking on the pitch, there is an uncertainty about the whole thing. Besides, this call will differ from batter to batter depending on how large each batter is. To eliminate any scope for inconsistency, the ICC has made the present amendment quantifying this width from the middle stump, which will apply to all batters. This is the change that this experimental change is all about. Look at the gist of the proposed amendment as it appears in the report and try to make some sense of it. A ball that passes the popping crease between the leg stump and the protected area marker not being called a wide. To help with this, the protected area marker line will be extended to the popping crease and act as a guide for the umpires. Any leg side delivery that passes behind the batter's legs and outside of the line at the time the ball reaches the popping crease may still be called a wide. As a result of this new provision, this distance is now quantified to 1 foot from the middle stump. Note that the wide ball call has to be judged at the popping crease. Now, in the recently concluded Tamil Nadu Premier League, this was implemented and the protected area line was extended to join the popping crease to serve as a guide. Let us see the next slide. As you can see in this graphic, the normal protected area markings have been extended forward to join the popping crease. These are marked in red here. Now, this is the proposed change. With these guidelines in place on the pitch, umpires will be better able to judge leg side wides and there will be greater consistency. All the guesswork will be eliminated. Good for the third umpire too. Because the judgment has to be made at the popping crease, you will see that ball 2 will not be a wide even it finishes outside the line by the time it reaches the wicketkeeper. Similarly, ball 1 will always be a wide even though it has come inside the guideline, provided of course it does not touch the bat or person of the striker, and provided I am sure if the ball 1 does not come in and hit the wicket, which is obvious. I hope I have been able to explain the proposed changes to the ICC PCs governing leg side wides. Do like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this with your friends. Your feedback is welcome. Thank you and happy umpiring. Goodbye.